One of the things that upsets me the most about this case is the fact that I used to watch this guy religiously on TikTok, and it's sad to see someone with so much talent just throw it all away in a moment of rage. And just like Ali, I'm a huge fan of Al Pacino in Scarface, but he took a fictional character he played on TikTok and allowed it to consume him. So much so that just like Tony Montana, he ended up killing the woman he loved the most, and her friend. This is the story of a real falling star, Ali Abulaban. Our story takes place in Sandiego, a coastal gem nestled in Southern California. Sandiego enchants visitors with its year-round sunshine, diverse landscapes, and a unique blend of cultural influences. The city's laid-back atmosphere is complemented by a dynamic urban scene, where trendy neighborhoods like the Gaslamp Quarter offer a mix of historic charm and modern flair. The expansive coastline is a playground for beach enthusiasts, featuring iconic spots like La Jolla Cove and Mission Beach. The city's friendly locals, combined with a plethora of outdoor activities, create an inviting and vibrant atmosphere. Sandiego beckons with a blend of coastal bliss and urban excitement. But unfortunately, this is just a backdrop for our horrifying story.
You wanna fuck with me? Okay. God, okay. You wanna play this? Okay. I play with you. You wanna play rough? Okay. Where the fuck is my gun? Gina, where the fuck is my gun? Check the closet. I see the same place every fucking night. Like, why you gotta touch my stuff?
Ali grew up in West Virginia, and he was obsessed with movies and acting. He had a deep fascination with movie characters and loved imitating them, such as Tony Montana from Scarface, John Wick, and Tekashi 6ix9ine. He spent his time learning how to imitate different voices, accents, and even mannerisms. And you know what? He was pretty darn good at it.
What the fuck difference does it make where I'm from, man, huh?
Hey, listen, I just want to know who I'm getting to do business with.
Just start getting to know me when you start doing business and stop fucking around.
Hey, I got something for you, asshole. Don't worry.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, pure, straight from Switzerland.
Shine it in the light.
Uncut.
By his late teens, Ali decided to join the US Army and was stationed at a base in Japan. That's when he met Anna, and his life completely changed. This is the woman that he would later fall in love with and marry. Anna, a year younger than Ali, was from the Philippines, but grew up in the same army base that Ali was stationed at. When they first crossed paths, there was an immediate connection. They soon started dating, and their honeymoon phase was fantastic. They were going on dates, spending time with friends, and growing closer as a couple. However, things started to take a bit of a turn when Ali, for some reason I couldn't find online, got kicked out of the US Army. By the time he was in his 20s, he realized there was no future for him in Japan. He needed to return back to the US to figure out his life, his future, and his finances. And that's what he did. But he brought back Anna with him. Ali found a job as a network engineer, and that's when things really started to pick back up for them. The future was starting to look bright for him and his family. That's when Ali found out about TikTok and made an account under the username JinnKid. The interesting thing about the name JinnKid is that a jinn is a type of demon that can imitate both people and creatures, and that runs parallel with Ali's story, who loves imitating other people. It's just something to think about. And with Ali's followers going up, he was now becoming a popular social media personality. That's when the money started coming in, which is something he always wanted, to be able to make a living doing something he loved. So when Anna told him she wanted to move to Sandiego, he thought it was an excellent idea. After all, California is where you go to network in the movie industry. Ali felt this was a foolproof plan. And in February 2020, that's when Ali and his family moved into the 37th floor of a building in the East Village neighborhood of Sandiego. Ali started networking in LA, meeting with different actors, producers, and directors. It appeared that everything he always wanted was gravitating towards him. Anna seemed happy too. She had just reunited with all of her friends, which was something that she was lacking in Virginia. Anna started making TikToks as well, and she amassed thousands of followers. It really seemed like these two were a match made in heaven. They were that couple that you looked up to online that were just free of problems. But as we all know, social media can be very deceiving.
This is when she just started, dating Ollie. He answers her phone. It was just really weird for me because I was like, he's like, "Do you mind, Casey?" And I was like, I'm sorry. I was calling Anna's phone. I didn't expect to talk to you, Ollie.
You didn't like the guy.
I didn't really like him, and I told her, I'm here for you, you know?
Underneath the surface, things weren't going well. They were in a constant cycle of abuse. According to Allie, Anna was distancing herself, spending more time with her friends than her family. The truth was that people just didn't like Allie. They didn't feel comfortable around him, and this really started to bother him. You see, Allie's sudden rise to fame really started getting to his head. People around him started describing him as arrogant, always wanting to be the center of attention and just doing things for fame. Along with the move to the city, Allie also developed a new habit. Allie spiraled into an addiction. The same addiction that troubled Tony Montana, the character he loved to play online. He started abusing drugs, mainly cocaine. And for those who don't know, cocaine is a highly addictive substance. It's very illegal and can make you super paranoid. Allie's drug abuse caused his already struggling relationship with Anna to get even worse, and it only pushed Anna away. On October 21st, 3 days after he left his apartment, Allie had a drug-induced fit of rage. After going back and using a key he secretly copied to gain entry, he vandalized the home. He threw trash around and flipped over furniture. But before he left, he installed an app on his daughter's iPad. This app allowed him to mobily turn on the microphone on the iPad, essentially turning the iPad into a spying device. He would be able to listen in to what was happening in the apartment without Anna knowing. Allie was in denial, and despite Anna filing a restraining order, he truly believed that they would end up back together. After all, they had a daughter, and they were still married. Anna, on the other hand, was absolutely done with Allie and was ready to move on. Days later, Anna brought somebody back to the apartment by the name of Rayburn, and it just so happened that Allie was listening in. When Allie heard Rayburn's voice, he was overcome with rage. After hearing his wife with another man, Allie grabbed his gun and made his way to the apartment. Once there, he opened the door and saw his wife with another man. He lost control and all he could see was red. Allie shot them both, killing them instantly. He then made his way to his daughter's school and picked his daughter up early from her classes. He headed towards a family member's house and dropped her off. By this point, the police were already on to Allie, and that's when they spotted his Jeep on the side of the road. Allie was arrested and then booked into custody. Allie was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. And here's where it gets odd, because despite having the murder weapon on him and confessing both to the police and his mother, he pled not guilty. He's currently in jail waiting for his trial, which should start in April 2024. If convicted, he could face the death penalty for the murder of Anna Abulaban and Rayburn Barron. And as far as their daughter, who lost both her mother and her father in the same instant, well, she's safe with his family, who wants nothing to do with Allie.
It was mostly about anger and jealousy, and I think, okay, but you don't resort to killing somebody.
Louis Marinari tells me he was one of the last people to see Abulaban before Thursday's shooting, going to dinner with friends last Monday night.
I said, what are you going to do? You're living in a motel now. Like, what are you going to do? What are your plans? He goes, oh, me and Anna, we're still together. She's just trying to make me suffer a little bit.
Louis tells me the couple had been separated for roughly 2 months. Detectives say she was filing for divorce. Louis said Abulaban loved Anna, but says he observed mood swings in Abulaban and at times abusive behavior.
Once they moved here, her social life flourished, and he was a part of that social life, but then he messed it up. And Anna was going out on her own, and that's when he really lost his mind. He lost control of her. He wanted control.
As I'm editing this video, I'm realizing that there's some footage that I have yet to show, and that's an interview of Allie from jail speaking about what happened. And it's sad to see somebody so confused. It seems like Allie is incapable of turning off this character that he plays for the internet. And it's hard to tell when he's just being Allie or when he's being Allie, the TikTok star. It's almost like the remorse he's trying to make us see that he feels for the situation is just another character he's playing online.
Yeah, I was listening on the house with the iPad through my phone.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to...
I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what? I hear nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment.
I'm screaming.
What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were... Nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body. But when I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch, with his feet on my table, with my I'm running my apartment, my life, in the house that my daughter sleeps in, on the furniture that I put together. What do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No! That's my family!
And there you have it, the true story of Ali Abulaban, the falling star. If you've made it to this point in the video, guys, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for sticking around and taking an interest in my insight and everything I have to share. Again, I just want to remind you that a like and subscribe, even the alert button, goes a long way and helps me know that you're actually interested in watching my content. So until next time, I'll see you when the lights go out.